There's a country right now where you can run an online business and legally pay just 1% tax on what you earn. Not a loophole, not a workaround, the actual law. And there are two other countries doing something almost as wild that barely anyone outside a tiny corner of the internet has even heard of. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which one fits your life and exactly why thousands of people are already packing. This isn't a sell everything and disappear video. These are freelancers, remote workers, and small business owners who ran the actual numbers on their monthly budget back home versus a few other countries and realized their money and their stress levels could go a lot further somewhere else. Forget Portugal, Mexico, and Bali. The smartest travelers are looking elsewhere. We're going to 3 countries that are still genuinely under the radar. Paraguay. Here's the detail that gets people's attention. Once you have permanent residency here, you only need to physically visit the country once every 3 years to keep your status. That's it. No 183-day rule, no constant flights home to maintain anything. And the tax setup is just as aggressive. Paraguay runs on a territorial tax system, which means income earned from clients or jobs outside the country is taxed at 0%. Permanently, no expiration date, unlike some countries that only offer that for a few years. The numbers on daily life are just as striking. A one-bedroom apartment in Asunción runs anywhere from roughly $250 to $600 a month, depending on the neighborhood, and a genuinely comfortable lifestyle, eating out, transport, the works, typically lands between $900 and $1,500 a month total. The path itself is straightforward. Temporary residency first, usually around 2 years, then permanent residency, then citizenship eligibility after about 4 years total if you want to go that far. The economy underneath all of this is agriculture. Paraguay is one of the world's leading agricultural exporters, ranking among the top soybean exporters globally and exporting billions of dollars worth of soybeans each year. Agriculture and livestock together account for a significant share of the country's exports, with beef, dairy, corn and soybean products reaching markets across South America, Europe and Asia. Paraguay's cattle industry is particularly strong, with a national herd of more than 13 million head of cattle, larger than the country's population. This creates opportunities in farming, food processing, logistics, cold storage, distribution, agricultural technology, and export-focused businesses. Despite its agricultural strength, land prices remain relatively affordable compared to many parts of North America and neighboring countries, making Paraguay an attractive destination for investors, entrepreneurs, and anyone looking to build long-term assets in a resource-rich economy. Armenia. Most Western nationals can walk in completely visa-free for up to 180 days. After that, registering as a sole proprietor, a simple local business registration, gets you a renewable 1-year residence permit. No minimum income requirement, and you can actually start the paperwork before you even land. Stay legally for 3 years, and you become eligible for citizenship. Here's the part most people don't expect. Armenia consistently ranks among the 10 safest countries on Earth. Statistically safer than many major Western cities. That's a big reason why retirees, remote workers, and people looking for a slower, more affordable lifestyle are starting to pay attention. But it's not just about living cheaply. Armenia also offers opportunities for people who want to start a small business, invest in tourism, open a guest house, or get involved in agriculture and food exports. The country is particularly known for its high-quality apricots, so much so that they're considered a national symbol, as well as grapes used in Armenia's growing wine industry, pomegranates, peaches, berries, and organic produce. Armenia is also gaining recognition for wine, brandy, dried fruits, and specialty food exports, creating opportunities for entrepreneurs interested in farming, food processing, distribution, or international trade. On cost, a one-bedroom apartment in central Yerevan typically runs between $700 and $1,100 a month, or around $450 to $750 outside the city centre, while groceries for a single person generally fall between $200 and $350 a month. For many people, that means a comfortable lifestyle at a fraction of what they'd spend in many Western countries. Quick gut check. If you've made it this far, you're already ahead of 99% of people who'll never look past their own zip code. Stick around because the last one might be the best of the three. Mauritius, an island nation out in the Indian Ocean. Not the postcard you're picturing, an actual country with its own government, its own economy, and a real opportunity hiding behind the tourism brochure. Mauritius's premium visa doesn't just have low fees, it's completely free. $0 to apply, valid for a full year, renewable, open to remote workers and freelancers earning as little as $1,500 a month from outside the country. Stay under 6 months, and Mauritius doesn't tax your foreign income at all. Even if you do stick around long enough to become a tax resident, capital gains are taxed at 0%. For everyone, residents and non-residents alike. Forever. No time limit, no exceptions. Both English and French are official languages here, so the usual "what about the language barrier" objection basically disappears for most expats. In everyday life, you'll also hear Mauritian Creole, but for business, government services, banking and professional work, English is widely used. On cost, a one-bedroom apartment in popular expat areas like Grand Bay or Flic-en-Flac typically runs between $350 and $550 a month, and a genuinely comfortable single-person budget, including rent, usually falls somewhere between $1,400 and $2,500 a month, depending on your lifestyle. Beyond remote work, Mauritius also offers opportunities for entrepreneurs and investors. The country has a business-friendly environment, growing tourism sector, and strong trade links with Africa, Europe, and Asia. Some expats build businesses around tourism, hospitality, e-commerce, consulting, or import-export operations. Agriculture and aquaculture are another hidden opportunity, with Mauritius exporting over 20,000 tons of seafood annually to international markets. From specialty farming and premium food production to tuna processing, fish exports, and aquaculture ventures. With growing global demand for high-quality seafood and agricultural products, these sectors offer multiple paths to build businesses that serve both local consumers and international buyers. One honest flag before you get too excited. That free visa is fantastic for actually living there day to day, but it doesn't automatically lead to permanent residency or citizenship on its own. If your goal is to stay long-term, you'll generally need a different pathway, such as qualifying through investment, business ownership, property purchases, or several years of continuous legal residence. In other words, the visa makes Mauritius easy to try, but if the plan is forever, you'll want a long-term strategy beyond simply renewing your status year after year. The biggest takeaway is simple. You have more paths available to you than you think, and people are changing their lives every day by taking advantage of opportunities just like these. If you got the chance, which country would you choose?